na naman, pero sa ibang lugar ay hindi umuulan. Maganda po ang sikat ng araw dito sa ating barangay. Nandito po tayo sa Talisayan ngayong umaga. Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng ating mga tagapakinig ng Panawagan sa Bayan, lalong-lalo na po sa iba't ibang lugar na abot ng ating hintilan, maging sa mga nanonood sa ating Facebook Live sa 1116 DXAS your Community Radio, at sa ating live streaming sa YouTube. Ngayon po ay araw ng Biyernes, lumipas na naman ang isang linggo, ika-8 araw po ng buwan ng Mayo taong 2020, at kami pa rin po ang inyong mga kasama. Ako po si Clan K. Peñalosa.
At ako naman po si Kuya Luke Ocliaso.
Biyernes na Luke, at ang mga naitala po nating additional cases ay last weekend but from Monday to Friday ay wala po tayong additional cases. So that is something that we should be happy about. Yay! At this week po ay mamaya may update po tayo sa Zamboanga City Medical Center. Kahapon nga po binalita natin na operational na ang isang testing center natin dito sa Zamboanga City, and we have updates on that. Kaya tumutok po kayo. At mamaya po, update po mula po kay Dr. Dulce Miravite. Update din po mula sa ating City Jail, dahil ang City Jail po natin ay may pinakamaraming cases ng COVID-19 in our city. Update din po sa ginagawa ngayon ng Zamboanga City Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, kasi sila po yung head sa mga paghahanap po ng lugar na gagawing quarantine area. At dun nga sa ating pinag-usapan din kapon ng mga pagpapauwi ng ating mga repatriates, mga OFWs at mga stranded na mga Zamboangueños. And also, of course, dahil nga nang sabi ko kanina, we will also have updates mula po sa Zamboanga City Medical Center. At ito, Luke, ang ZAMCELCO. Ipapaliwanag po mamaya ng ZAMCELCO kung bakit nga ba tayo nagkakaroon ng mga fluctuations, bakit daw tumaas yung ating bayarin for the month of April, ano yung ginagawa nila para hindi na magpunta sa Palawan yung ating mga consumers, members ng ZAMCELCO. So yan po yung ating mga pag-uusapan mamaya. Tumutok po kayo, makinig at sumali sa ating talakayan.
Yes, maaari po kayong mag-text sa 0916.
Luke, saan sila pwedeng sumama sa atin?
Yes, maaari po kayong mag-text po sa aming mga numero sa 0916-296-6625. Again, 0916-296-6625. O kaya po sa 0928-608-2689. 0928-606-2689. At pwede rin po kayong mag-comment sa ating live sa Facebook, 1116 DXAS, your community radio.
Pero bago po ang lahat, of course, simulan natin ang ating programa sa Kawikaang Kayamanan.
Kawikaang Kayamanan. Kayamanan.
Ang ating pong kawikaang kayamanan ay mababasa po natin sa Psalms 23 verse 4. Dumaan man ako sa madilim na libis ng kamatayan, wala akong katatakutan pagkat ika'y aking kaagapay. Ang tungkod mo at pamalo, aking gabay at sangalang. Sa English po, even though I walk in the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Dito po, ito po yung mga sinasabi po natin at Treasury of David. Isa po ang author po dito is David. And yes, alam niyo po ba, when there is shadow, there will be light. So ibig sabihin, David can walk through the valley of the shadow of death because of the light. Kung mababasa niyo po itong salmo na ito, Psalms 23, sinasabi po sa verse 1, ang Panginoon ay aking pastor, hindi ako mangangailangan. The reason po The reason po na we can go to the shadow of the valley of death is because we have our shepherd, and that is God. That is Christ. Sabi nga dito, I will fear no evil for you are with me. Sa English din, sa Psalms 23:1, sabi niya, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Tanong ko po sa iyo, do you want Christ? Do you love Christ? Or tayo po, nakikita lang po natin si Christ as someone who can answer prayer, someone who can make our life best, someone this and this and this. Yes, there is a sense na biblically that we can see that, but Christ is not just like a genie na sagutin yung mga bagay na gusto natin. No, Christ is a person that we should love. Christ is a person that we should desire. And the reason po that we can fear no evil, that we can fear no death. Why? Because we are with Him, that He is with us. Tanong ko po sa iyo, is Christ with you? If Christ is with you, fear not the evil, fear not COVID-19, fear not anything, even death. Because we have our life that will comfort us and that will guide us every single day. And that is our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes po, no? Ang ating pong ang kayamanan ngayon ay talagang nagpapaalala sa atin na wala po tayong dapat katakutan. Ang mundo po ay talagang madilim at marami po tayong pagdadaanan na mahirap at challenging, stressful for us. Hindi natin maiiwasan mag-worry. Hindi natin maiiwasan po na matakot. Pero sa ating pong ang kayamanan ngayon, sinasabi na dumadaan man tayo sa madilim na libis ng kamatayan, wala tayong tatakitan. Pagkat ang Diyos ang ating kaagapay, ang tungkod niya at pamalo niya, aking gabay at tanggalang. This is very true in my life. At naway sa mga tagapakinig natin, wala man siguro tayong COVID ngayon, pero meron tayong threat of hunger, meron tayong mga worries sa mga mahal natin sa buhay, na siguro nagkakasakit yun, o kaya ay malayo sa atin, na nandun sila sa mga lugar na may COVID-19. Instead of just feeling scared for them and for themselves, ngayon po yung pagkakataon na nire-remind tayo ng panahon na ng Panginoon that you are not alone, may kaagapay ka. Sabi niya, ang Diyos ang ating kaagapay. Sabi nung Psalmist. At naway, magiging kasama niyo po, i-acknowledge niyo po ang Panginoon dahil totoo po, siya po ang inyong kaagapay. Ang tungkod niya, ang kanyang pamalo, ang iyong magiging gabay at kasanggalang sa panahon natin ngayon. Yan po ang ating kawikaang kayamanan. Ang ating pong kadiwa on wheels for today, Friday, May 8, ay nasa Barangay Divisoria po sila, dyan po sa Barangay Hall Covered Court. So, maya-maya po alas 8 ng umaga, magsisimula na ang bentahan dyan. So, pumunta na po kayo sa may Divisoria Barangay Hall Covered Court. Huwag niyo pong kalimutang magdala ng inyong face mask, ang inyong sariling lalagyan ng mga bibili ninyo, eco bag, at magsuot po kayo ng inyong face mask. Alright, so sa mga katabi din pong barangay ng Divisoria, ay pumunta na po kayo doon, basta ang inyong quarantine pass ay A, maaari po kayong lumabas at bumili dito po sa mobile market natin. Ayan. So, ang mga, of course, ang kasama po dito, no, sa programang ito ay ang DTI, DFAR, Department of Agriculture, Local Government of ZAMBOANGA, and the National Food Authority. Yan po ang ating update for today sa ating ZAMBOANGA Mobile Market. Ngayon naman po, pumunta tayo sa bilang ng mga nagpositibo sa COVID-19. Look, ilan na yung mga COVID-19 cases natin dito sa Pilipinas?
Nasa 10,343 na po ang ating bilang ng mga COVID positive sa Pilipinas. Muli pong tumaas ang bilang ng mga nagpositibo sa kaso ng COVID-19 sa Pilipinas. Sa huling datos po ng Department of Health, kaninang alas 4 ng hapon, nasa, 10,343 na po ang kabuang bilang ng COVID-19 sa bansa. Kasunod nito ng napaulat na bagong 339 na kaso ng nakakahawang sakit. Sa nasabing bilang, 61% po or 205 po na katao ay naitala po sa Region 7 at 32% po or 110 sa National Capital Region at 7% po or 24 po na katao sa iba pang lugar. Samantala po, nadagdagan pa ng 27 ang bilang ng nasawi dahilan para po umabot sa 685 ang COVID-19 related deaths sa bansa. Habang muli ring nadagdagan ng 112 ang gumaling dahilan para umakyat sa 1,618 ang total recoveries ng COVID-19 sa Pilipinas.
Panalangin po natin na patuloy na dadami ang kaso ng recoveries. Noon po sabi natin na sana mas lumobo yung kaso ng ating mga recoveries kasi to death, and now it's happening. So ngayon naman po, let us pray na mas dadami po yung additional recoveries every day kaysa additional cases natin every day. Yan po ang ating ipapanalangin para po sa mga kaso na COVID-19 sa ating bansa. Para naman po sa ating local health update, ngayon pong umaga ay mapapakinggan natin si Dr. Dulce Miravite. Kasama po sa kanyang ibibigay na update sa atin ay yung mga ginagawa ngayon ng mga isolation centers natin. So, pakinggan po natin si Dr. Dulce Miravite, ang ating City Health Officer, para sa kanyang health update.
So today, we have a total of 611 COVID-19 suspects, 60 confirmed cases, and 3 confirmed mortalities. We have not received any confirmed positive results, and we do not have no confirmed mortality. 5 of our confirmed cases are admitted at Zamboanga City Medical Center. We have a total of 553 specimens that were sent for testing. Out of these, 358 are already with negative results, and we are still waiting for the result of 137. We have 42 present admission at Adzu Lantaca Isolation Facility. To date, we have a total of 96 suspected COVID-related deaths, an additional of 14 for the last 2 days. 75 are from Zamboanga City and 16 are from outside the city. 37 of these deaths are with negative results already, and 11 pending and 45 not done. Because some of them are brought to the hospital, bien grabe el otro mga dead on arrival, so we are not able to swab them already. And I don't know, maybe si Dr. Paber also can add na the aton situation na hospital, but most of those nuay samples na pwede kita saka, they are either very severe and critical when they reach the hospital that we do not have enough time to collect the specimen, or some of them are dead on arrival. Most of our deaths come from the ages 40 years old and above. For the update on our City Reformatory Center, so we will, right now we have scheduled the testing of the BJMP personnel along with the other close contacts or those with high risk of exposure, both from our male and female dormitories. We have 8 children, 0 to 9 years old, healthy aton deaths. So 5 are with negative results already, and 3 are not done. And 4 are from outside Zamboanga City, 4 are from the city. So far, I have a 12-year-old here in my list, male. Unfortunately, nuay kunele sa specimen, not done LBC specimen, pero cheneki 12-year-old male na di aton di. Yes, sabi to, gani kita, as of now, kita 137 pending results. So, esta mga samples, gani kita for testing. So, we do not really know tamen pakilaya el bulk del testing na di aton mga testing centers on the kita tan send puneste. So, as soon as they run it and as soon as they have the results, tan email sila kanatun, no? So amo siya pwede kita sa kakunel result. That is why we are happy that the ZCMC pwede kita chenia kita pwede man run gani according to Dr. Justin yesterday chenia kita Gene X. So el Gene X di aton within the day pwede kita sabi el di aton resulta. And the same with our if chenia kita gani functional PCR machine akika naton. So mas mas unrato kita pwede sa file di aton result. So for now, si Tansen kita el result, depende gani. So it would take the shortest is 2 days and the longest is 15 days. And sina el di aton turnaround time del di aton results del testing. Tabla gani kita el testing di aton. We have 137 pending results yet, no? So, once we have the results of these already, and akal mga yan swab kan kita additional na di aton City Reformatory Center, then we will be able to really establish the aton actual trend. So we are waiting for the result because we really do not have control with these laboratories. Once we sent the sample, once we send the sample to the laboratory for testing, talyayakal na diilahan, no? So we do not really have, we cannot also demand that our samples, because they also have samples to be tested from their area on the silatan serve. So although we can follow up si Kosay el status di aton mga samples yan send kita, pero quando sila man run ko nakil is really na di ila control, no ay na control di aton. No? So, tabla gani di aton, we have 137 samples pending. So hopefully, in the coming days, we will be able to get the results of these already. LD aton swabbing facilities amiya sa LD aton, we can actually schedule for swabs once we have our testing center already functional. Actually, we already have an isolation facility. Ano ganit diaton is those who are symptomatic to be here in Lantaka. And it doesn't, we also have to prepare our isolation facility. So as early as March, we already have identified our isolation facility. But it took a while because we have to have the basic necessities in place. We cannot just bring our patients in the isolation facility if it's not yet ready. So it amo siya di aton mga cause of delays, no? But rest assured that all of us, all of the agencies who are concerned are working para we will have our isolation facility ready. So right now, we're preparing for our 4 isolation units, and we are also preparing our manpower to look after sa aton isolation facility. So hopefully, each 68 unit, each unit will be able to house 68. So if 4 units, pwede ka mga 272. So if we see that we need to add our isolation facility, na we will identify other areas. So all of these things that we need, we are preparing already. We are grateful ganit na di aton Ecozone Chairman for letting us use 4 units as isolation facility. So 2 are already under construction, and hopefully within in the next 3 days, we can use it already. So next week, pwede kita ko nakalusa as an isolation facility. Actual status del contact tracing. Even LD aton mga suspected cases palang gani, no? LD ilang mga close contact, taas siya kita entra na di aton monitoring. So now that we have more confirmed cases, so tan increase LD aton contact tracing to be monitored.
Ayon po kay Dr. Dulce Miravite, dumadami kahit po wala tayong additional cases, no? Ay marami po yung mga additional cases natin last week. Kaya po yung monitoring nila ngayon at saka yung contact tracing nila ngayon, numbers of monitoring and contact tracing ay dumadami din. So, as you can, I don't know if you can remember, Luke, no? Pero last time, nung nag-update si Dr. Dulce sa atin last, I think that was Tuesday this week, sabi niya nasa 4 na po, more than 40 tests na lamang yung pending. At as of now, nasa 137 yung mga pending results natin. So, that means for the past days, nagsasagawa sila ng swabbing at meron ulit pinapadala ng mga swab test. And perhaps this weekend may matatanggap tayong results tungkol dito sa ating mga test. At in-emphasize naman ng ating City Health Officer Luke na hindi tayo makakapagsabi na dapat yung Zamboanga City yung unahin niyo or what. But hopefully, Luke, kapag meron na tayo, dahil nagsimula na yung kanilang itong testing center, pag-operate ng ating testing centers, we are hoping na hindi na kailangan magpadala ng swab test ng ating ng syudad sa ibang city. Yan. So, Luke, what can you say about what our City Health Office is doing right now?
Yeah, yes, tama po yun na may mga bagay po na pina-prioritize din yung ibang city, so we cannot really put pressure on them na bakit ang tagal, may ganito. No. We should even cooperate na and even pray for them. And tama po yung sinasabi ni Dr. Dulce Miravite na hindi po pwedeng basta-basta i-isolate mo na lang agad na hindi pa naman natin na-confirm na they are really positive. So, being more careful always, and really I commend them sa kanilang pagiging more careful sa bawat bagay na ginagawa nila, sa bawat moves na kanilang ini-implement. So praise God on how careful they are kasi importante po talaga na maging careful tayo, especially po sa
Yes, and ngayon naman po, dahil alam po natin na ang Zamboanga City Jail po yung may pinakamaraming cases na naitala po sa ating syudad, alamin naman po natin ang update kung saan na nga ba ang ating mga nagpositibong PDLs sa personnel, dahil most of them naman, Luke, ay asymptomatic. So, ano yung effort ngayon na ginagawa ng City Jail natin para sa kanila? And Luke, papakinggan din natin yung rason kung ano yung mga tinitingnan nilang reasons bakit nakapasok o nagkaroon ng cases sa loob ng Zamboanga City Jail. Kaya makinig po kayo ng mabuti. Pakinggan po natin si SJO1 Ray Lawrence, Comprendion ng Zamboanga City Jail.
So just an update of Zamboanga City Jail male dormitory. So we are still on lockdown and 44 PDL, ali pa syempre house na di ato na basketball court, and with 2 personnel who are isolated inside the compound, and of course 1 PDL, or I should say 1 HR na Zamboanga City Medical Center, and pending mo request for another swab test na di ato na infirmary. This time, di aton 44 confirmed PDL, kaya sa ligani positibo na COVID-19. Kadi sila actualmente na di ato na basketball court, and isolate kita. And then, as per advice di aton mga nurses, so closely monitored sila. So asymptomatic, and then still continuous di aton monitoring 24/7. And chinang kita tamyan to boost the immune system, tatali kita everyday, vitamin C, nutritious foods, para kitatin sila mga puwersa. And of course, di aton mga HR kay yasalit nga ni positibo, nakiara sila dentro del facility, isolated sila, and of course, buenamente también sila kondisyon, no? Pirmi kita taman na communicate, and in el general population del PDL, continuous el diaton monitoring, el diaton mga jail nurses, kaya taman augment ko nila diaton na facility. So actualmente, nakikita ko sa haya po de saka mga negative kita resulta de dila mga attention kaya dali ko ng mga PDL every day. So actually our PDL who are due for release, nasa quarantine area sila, and then they are still waiting for the ato na decision of the CHO. So as to the release of PDL, definitely they are closely monitored na the atong quarantine area, no? So pending result of the swab test, that's the time kita kanila man-release. But as to this present time, no ay niuno kanyan release kanila. And in addition, kaya kita 44 también, no? On process PDL due for release, and of course pending también the swab test. Yes, actually, 60 PDL, también 44 due for release. Form part lang sila del total 234 PDL due for release también. So, assist kita by batch, and of course, taman verify pa también kita dila mga records na court as to the release order, no? And of course, di ato mga PDL, before kita kanila tan release, we have constant coordination with the city health office as to kosa kita ase, and of course in negative we will directly turn over such a certain PDL to the birth na alina barangay. In tal kaso negative dila result. Okay, sir, as we have seen three angles, no? Three angles of this situation. First, allow me to give the first angle. So the virus in the jail could be attributed to those visitors who visited in the facility way back March 1 to 13, before lockdown, wherein the earliest locally recorded COVID-19 positive already exist. Possible visitors that have visited the facility in the last days of visitation. It was noted that one of the duly searchers in the facility who had positive contact to a positive asymptomatic visitor yielded positive in the swab test. And then the second angle is the PDL confined at hospital and returned to the facility during the brink of the outbreak, where no test is yet available, and those PDL who underwent DDT in the hospital and returned to the facility. And the third angle is the possibilities of having newly committed persons deprived of liberty in the facility that were possible asymptomatic is not disregarded. As record shows, there were 43 newly committed PDL that were transferred to this facility way back March 2 up to March 13. Ideally, there were also inadequacy that we were not able to require the committing officers. This newly committed PDL should have undergone swabbing examination, since the pandemic already existed as early as March in the city. That despite all the remedies and precautionary measures done, upholding protocols on COVID-19 set by DOH and higher offices, authorities, implemented as early as February for the record. Presently, the facility is now facing this pandemic risk.
Ayan po ang boses ni SJO1 Ray Lawrence Comprendio ng Zamboanga City. Ray, Luke, what can you say about what you heard sa mga updates nila at sa sinasabi nilang reason paano nagkaroon ng infection o na-infect ang ating Zamboanga City Jail?
For me, it's kind of peculiar yung pinakasinabi niya na unang angle na possible daw na nagkaroon ng positive, possible daw na nakuha daw yun nung bukas pa for visitor yung COVID-19. Yung mga taga-jail, nakuha daw yun, possible, nung bukas pa. So, March 19 down. Means open pa naman yung doon. And then, yung positive kasi, nalaman lang natin, April 20 something. Diyan lang natin nalaman kung kailan nagkaroon ng positive. And based on the studies, dapat maano na siya within 20, yun nga, 14 days. Ngayon, 21 days. And sobra-sobra na yun for March 20 hanggang April 26, I believe. Ganun kahaba. And then, yung nakuha lang is isang positive. So, that for me, medyo siya na angle. Pero for me, siguro mas malakas na evidence if possible from yung mga talagang nagtatrabaho doon. Possible na kasi sila yung lumalabas talaga pumapasok. While kasi yung sa jail, close na siya March 20 pa. So, masyado namang matagal talaga nalaman na nagkaroon ng positive doon. April pa talaga nalaman na may positive. So, it makes me question how is it really. Pero those are angles, possibilities lang naman. Hindi naman nila sinasabi na sure talaga. So, and if you have visited yung city jail, grabe po talaga yung congestion nila dyan. And mahirap po talaga sila kahit matulog po yung mga preso po. And minsan may iba na naka-side view lang, nakatayo lang. So, dapat siguro mapansin na to ng ating government na even ang ating city jail na they will make way na para po ito palakihin. Well, yes, it's a kind of punishment to them, pero hindi pala pa namang verdict yung sa city jail. May probable cause, but wala pa naman tayo 100% sure. And then ganun na po sila kahirap doon. So pag may sakit, 100% magkaawa-awaan talaga sila. So yun, but I commend them for doing their best na to find out kung paano talaga nagsimula yung sakit doon.
Yes. So sana ay matigil na yung pagkalat nitong COVID-19 sa loob ng ating city jail. But you have a point, Luke, when you say na parang questionable yung first reason nila. As you can see, or kung napakinggan niyo ng maayos, hindi po kasama sa tinitingnan nilang anggulo yung mga officials nila na pumapasok at lumalabas ng kanilang tanggapan. Wala yun. Hindi yun kasama sa tinitingnan nilang anggulo. It is not final. Yun pa lang yung mga iniimbestigahan nila ngayon. Pero parang, are they coming clean to this? No, yung mga officials natin. But then, possible din naman yung sinabi nila, Luke, na merong mga detainees na nasa loob na pumunta for consultation or sa ospital natin, sa mga ospital natin dito sa Zamboanga, then ibinalik sa loob. Possible yun. Isa yun sa may pinaka-possible talaga na pwedeng nakuha nila yung COVID. Kasi nga, hindi ko alam sa ating mga tagapakinig, if you do not know, nung nagsimula po itong COVID-19, we are all really discouraged to go to our hospitals kasi our house, sinasabi ng ating mga health workers that our house is safer than the hospital kasi yung hospital, palagi ang maraming pumupunta dyan, di ba? Sagol-sagol ng mga tao diha. So, it's not really safe. You do not know the time kung sino ang infected, sino ang hindi, sino ang may travel history, sino ang wala. So, it's not safe to go there. So, for our detainees to go to a hospital, kaya lang yung question natin dito, Luke, saang hospital ito? Bakit sila why is it a possibility na sa hospital? Bakit? Sabihin na natin, WMP, sa isang mga private hospital natin dito, meron sa ating government hospital natin dito, meron yon. Doon po kinunan ng swab test, doon nagpa-consult. Pero hindi naman po pinapubliko ng ating city jail kung saang hospital nila pinatingin o pina-check up ba o pinakunan ng BP itong ating mga inmates o PDLs doon. So, um, parang hindi pa po yun final yung kanilang investigation. Under investigation pa po ito. We are hoping na they will be fair and square, no, in their investigation. But to what you have said, Luke, na medyo congested na sa loob, ganun, sa totoo lang po, under the law, karapatan po pa rin, may
Yes.
karapatan pa rin po ang ating mga person deprived with liberty or mga PDLs. Pero with what we are seeing on how this our and how what is the situation of our country, hindi lamang to sa Zamboanga City, sa buong Pilipinas po ito, very congested
Yes.
po ang ating mga kulungan. I hope this is a lesson, no, para sa ating mga tagapakinig o yung mga nag-iisip na may gagawin kayong hindi maganda o may sa inyo, no, before you do something, bago kayo gumawa ng bagay na pagsisisihan niyo, dahil pagpasok niyo po ng jail is really, siguro hindi ko alam, no, pero you will really regret what you have done siguro, kasi wala pong comfort sa loob ng city jail. Wala pong comfort. So sa nakikita po natin ngayon, we are projecting, look, no? Parang yan, kung nagkasala ka, talagang may naisilot, no? So, siguro dili man tinuyo nga mauni ang parts na mahimong silot sa imo, ha. Pero nahulog nga nahimo na siyang part sa silot sa bisan kinsa man nga makasala, no? With regards to our law, so I hope this will make our mga kababayan po natin na nakikinig ngayon, na-discourage po kayo na gumawa ng mga illegal dahil hindi po comforting ang loob ng kulungan. You will really regret.
Yes. Even if we will go with the Bible, mas kanang presuhan, mas wala lang na siya nakatunga or even 1/4 or point something sa hell, which is ingon sa ang Ginoo, ang the penalty for sin is death. So even we should not just fear our atong kulungan, na atong punishment diri sa world, but we should even more fear the punishment that is to come with God, because God is just God. He is a holy God. So, ibig sabihin, He cannot just hayaan lang yung kasalanan na wala lang. He cannot tolerate it. So, if He is fair, He is just, He should even punish it. So, now, and the only way for us to be forgiven, the only way for us to be, para maging absuelto is because of Christ, that we should come to Him, to live on Him, His life, His death, and His resurrection.
Yes. So, sa mga yung mga, siguro pag makakapasok po kayo ng kulungan, makakasabi kayo na, oh my, what the hell? Talagang it's a taste of hell, no? Yung loob nun, especially sa mga hindi po sanay sa mga ganung lugar. So, really, this is for our listeners to be kanang ma-discourage na mubuhat o dili maayo and is against the law. So let us adhere to the law of the land. That is for our safety as well. No? So that's it. It is saddening lang, look, no, para sa mga siguro sabihin natin nasakdal na hindi naman dapat.
Yeah.
This is one point, no, na saddening lang sa mga sa loob na sabi nila o yung katotohanan. But then, yan po yung ating update mula naman po sa ating Zamboanga. Ngayon po, papakinggan naman natin ang short update ng Zamboanga City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office sa kanila pong ginagawang kasi po kahapon, like if you can remember, no, we are sharing that yung mga stranded individuals natin, Zamboangueños, nasaan man po kayo ngayon, you can actually email our Zamboanga City Disaster Risk Reduction Management Office o kaya ay si Dr. Elmira Apolinario mismo. But yung ating CDRRMO chief, sabi niya, dumadami na daw po talaga. Akala nila, ilan lamang yung na-stranded. But they found out that napakarami po ng stranded. Ganon. So, they are actually forwarding this concern sa ating Department of Tourism. So, asahan po natin yung ilalabas nila na advisory tungkol dito sa mga susunod na araw. But as of now, pakinggan po natin ang update ni Dr. Elmi Apolinario tungkol po sa ating mga repatriate, stranded individuals o Zamboangueños at tungkol po sa ating mga quarantine facilities. Pakinggan po natin si Dr. Elmi Apolinario.
We have started the process initially, what are the requirements needed. But very recently, the other day, there was a memorandum issued by the mayor designating a specific office to handle that. In fact, Ms. Rita Hernandez, our tourism officer, has been tasked to precisely do that together with the staff, and because they found out that there is a need for a designated office to address, because initially we thought only a few hundreds. But now it appears being manada ngayon. So there is really a need for that office to already take cognizance of this issue in bringing back most of the stranded residents from other cities, and of course also to work a mechanism on those who are also stranded in Zamboanga City to go out also, particularly aquel quieren trabajo afuera del Pilipinas. Por eso ganese, initially we did coordination work with the OWA, si Regional Director Presi Flores was very gracious to assist us. In fact, si Director Manny Ochoturena also provided us some avenue on how to address a problema through the Philippine Air Force. Of course, ang General Assistant Secretary, si Myra Abubakar, has been on board with us, assisting us just to go about the processes. No? So all of these things we have done initially, and we're going to relegate this function to the City Tourism Office headed by Ms. Rita Hernandez to take the lead in bringing about or bringing home our stranded residents, and of course addressing also some of the needs that pertain to those who are stranded in Zamboanga City but needs to go back to Manila and ultimately sa trabaho nila afuera. And of course, I'd also like to report the public that yesterday we were able to agree with the approval of the chairman of the Zamboanga City Economic Zone Authority, providing the city 2 additional quarantine in their area. That makes us to have a total of 4 already. And also, we are trying to negotiate one more facility, a seacraft, where we can also put forth some of the persons to be quarantined. So these are all things under being negotiated, and we hope to have the quarantine facilities at the Zamboanga Ecozone facility, hopefully 2 will be operational by Sunday.
Ayan po, hinahanda na po ngayon ang additional quarantine facilities ng Zamboanga City. Samantala, Luke, alam naman natin na ang isang ekonomiya ng bansa sa lubos na naapektuhan dahil po sa pandemic na ito, ilang porsyento ang bumagsak sa ekonomiya ng bansa ang naitala, Luke?
Yes, bumaba po ng negative 0.2 ang ekonomiya ng bansa sa unang 3 buwan ng 2020. Malayo po ito kumpara sa 6.7 economic growth sa huling bahagi ng 2019 at 5.7 growth sa unang 3 buwan ng 2019. Ayon kay National Economic and Development Authority o NEDA Acting Secretary Carl Chua, ito ang kauna-unahang pagkakataon na nagnegatibo po ang ekonomiya mula noong 1998. Malalamang nagkaroon ng El Nino at Asian financial crisis noon, kaya umabot na sa negative 0.5 ang ekonomiya ng Pilipinas.
At yan po no, yung update sa ibinagsak po na ekonomiya ng bansa. But then, this is not only in our country, this is also for other countries. Sa atin po, 0.2 lamang as of now yung nakikita na pagbagsak na ekonomiya. As you can remember, Luke, noong nakaraang mga press conferences, ayon kay Ma'am Apple Go, ang ating city administrator, nasa 3 billion po ang nawawala sa Zamboanga City monthly dahil po dito sa pandemic. So let us continually pray na matigil na po itong pandemic na ito so that lahat po tayo ay makakabangon. Sa atin pong pagbabalik, maririnig na po natin ang updates po. Nung isang araw po ay nagkaroon na po ng testing, no? Ito po sa ating testing facility ng ZCMC. At negatibo po actually ang resulta sa mga test na isinagawa nila. But so that is a good point. Mamaya po sa ating pagbabalik, malalaman po natin ilan na ba yung mga pasyente sa loob ng ating COVID-19 hospital sa Zamboanga City at paano nakakaapekto sa ospital, no? Itong mga nai-experience natin ng mga power fluctuation na i-justify naman yan afterwards ng ating ZAMCELCO. Kaya wag po kayong aalis, magbabalik pa po ang panawagan sa bayan.
Assalamualaikum. Magandang araw po. Ako po si Pastor Emma Aquino, nakikiisa sa pagdiriwang ng ating mga kapatid na Muslim sa buong mundo. Ngayong panahon na tayo ay lumalapit sa Diyos, naway manatili ang kapayapaan at pagtulong sa ating kapwa. Sa ngalan ng himpilang 1116 DXAS, your community radio. Ramadan Mubarak.
Ikhlas tubuh nyawa.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hati atau akan pamandu pasal sinsaki coronavirus. In coronavirus itu tumpukan si mga kakao yatahin ang ginisan mga sakit. Min alkohol atau supun sampai tahinang grabe atau pasong infection na. Yung mga kaso grabe paruhon, tahinang inusabab sin pneumonia. Ania sala sin asang, asigpitin pagnapas, problema makidney sampai kamatay. Mga tanda sin sakit, asigpit in pagnapas, tanda ania sala sin asang. Ikarua pondokin pagnapas. Ikatullo apasuko na. Ikaumpat alkohol makasinupon. Ikalima hindi ako nakanapas. Sainggahan katangkis tamin sa kisabab sing coronavirus. Ikaisa ninang tabi atin pagkose sintangan. Ikadua pahali min pasekot atau angintan in mga ipatan hayop atau binatang. Ikatullo palanta palawak min sehe makatinampanan imbuha makaung sa kahaba alkohol at tawag tunhay. Ikaumpat, palawak min maaaa alkohol makasinupon. Ubus mga dandep pa at tawa dametro lawak na. Ikalima, ang inom makabuhay. Makasiniguro tahaking mga hinakan binala. Ikaonom, agkonsult at tawa angaro. May mga doktor at mga tagapanghati pasalsin mga sakit kohol makasipun ataw ya mga bay makabiyahe ni China makakasihan lahat ya talamin nasin sakit coronavirus itu.
Nagbabalik po ang panawagan sa bayan dito po sa himpilan ng 1160 DXAS, your community radio. Ako po si Clan Kate Manielosa.
At ako naman po si Kuya Luke Ocliaso.
Ngayon nga po ay maririnig natin si Dr. Justin Fabier, ang spokesperson ng Zamboanga City Medical Center, at ibibigyan po nila tayo ng update. Ilan nga ba yung mga COVID patients natin, COVID suspect na nasa Zamboanga City Medical Center? Enough ba yung mga beds ng hospital sakaling magkaroon ng additional cases of COVID-19 sa Zamboanga City? At ano po ang epekto, no, ng mga power fluctuations na nararanasan natin sa syudad dahil hindi po exempted ang Zamboanga City Medical Center sa mga nararanasan nating power fluctuation. Pakinggan po natin ang GCMC update mula kay Dr. Jasmine Taber.
Presently, we have the 5 admitted COVID positive patients in happy to announce that these patients are presently stable. We have additional of 83 other COVID-related cases admitted at the hospital. As far as our COVID patients, our COVID positive confirmed patients they are all stable. So thank God, buenamente sila. We're having a hard time presently with bed spaces for our COVID suspects, the COVID probable cases, the COVID-related cases. Zamboanga City Medical Center are running out of beds. We prepared for 104 total beds for COVID-related cases. Among this, 70 is allotted for our adult patients and 24, the remaining 30 is for the pediatric patients. We only have spaces for pediatric patients left. As far as the adult patients are already full. So that's why we're really happy that by Sunday the step down as well as the isolation facilities will be operational. So this will enable us to decongest our adult patients and then bring them to the step down facilities and also the quarantine facilities. Presently, Zamboanga City Medical Center already started its gene expert testing yesterday with a total of 23 patients tested on its first run. Good also to know that all these 23 patients tested in the first run tested negative. Thank you. We started our official testing, Zamboanga City Medical Center, using our gene expert machine. It is also similar to the RTP or to the PCR machines. Yesterday, we were able to get a total of 23 tests. Fortunately, all the tests came out as negative. The PCR machine is able to run around 8 tests per hour for 8 working hours. So that's the total number of tests we can do in a day. Forgoing any untoward incidents to our machine or to our staff, at least a 64 as far as Zamboanga City Medical Center is concerned. According to our pathologists and our microbiologists, once we have the laboratory in the Department of Agriculture functioning, that facility can handle at least 180 tests a day. As mentioned earlier and repeatedly mentioned since my introduction, we already had 23 tests done yesterday. And all these tests came out as negative. For the Gen Expert, Zamboanga City Medical Center was given only 1,100 test kits. So these are the only Gene Expert tests we had. Total of 3,000 was given for the entire Philippines. We were able to get the bulk of it. 3 other hospitals received around 600 test kits each. So as we all know, importante kita consistent daton kuryente kina Zamboanga City Medical Center, not just for the testing center but the entire facility as well. Since the start of our COVID referrals facility, our elevators have gone down quite a number of times because of the irregularities in the electricity given to the hospital, the fluctuations. So nadamay na rin po yung mga elevator natin. So we have some reported episodes wherein it failed. As far as the testing facilities the testing machineries are concerned, they are all backed up by UPS. So the UPS is installed in these testing machines. However, hindi siya pwede agwanta sa tarda kat daton mga blackout. The hospital has its own generator, but we also have to consider a length of time na hindi pwede agwanta hospital na nuay kita kuryente. So hopefully we can address the problem. We have our ZAMCELCO board here who can also address the problem, especially at this time, especially the needs of the hospital. Thank you.
Update mula sa Zamboanga City Medical Center. Magandang balita, Luke, no? Kayang mag-operate, kayang gumawa ng testings ng ating lab doon for 100 plus, 130,
Yes.
180 every day. Test every day. So this is good enough for us. At meron pa tayong 2 more labs dito sa Zamboanga City na magbubukas. That is the Department of Agriculture Laboratory at yung sa Red Cross. Okay, at of course, no, yung sinabi ng ating kung paano nakakaapekto yung fluctuations natin sa hospital. Very saddening dahil yun nga sabi ni Dr. Paber na yung kanilang elevator ay nasira dahil sa mga fluctuations. Ayan, Duke, what can you say about our ZCMC update?
Yun na nga, praise God kasi yun na nga, they are giving their best na para po mapabilis talaga yung pag-test kasi importante talaga yun. And yun na nga, yung pinaka-concern niya talaga na nakita ko is na especially connected sa fluctuation, sa kuryente. And yes, even us, kahit hindi lang po sa ZCMC, also po sa buong bayan ng Zamboanga, we are really concerned sa mga fluctuations. May mga nakikita akong post sa Facebook na yung TV nila nasira, yung mga appliances nila nasira because of fluctuation. And that's why sana po na mas maging maayos kasi po ito yung mga testing testing machines po na kanilang pag-test at mga bagay na kanilang gagawin po sa hospital.
At ito naman, Luke, no, to answer kung bakit meron tayong mga fluctuations, pero unahin pong ibibigay na update ng ZAMCELCO ni Sir Bernie Barliso, ang finance manager ng ZAMCELCO, ang mga payments, billing, bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng over-billing for the month of April. Isa po yan sa mga pinag-usapan o in-explain, no, ni Sir Bernie. At ito rin, bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng tower fluctuations. Baka po isa kayo sa mga nag-text sa ZAMCELCO na hindi na-replyan. Ayan, isa din po yan sa diniscuss ni Sir Bernie. At ito pa sa mga hindi po nakabayad nung March. Kasi di ba marami sa atin na sabi okay lang na walang hindi magbayad pero meron tayong mga arrears, no? So, in-explain po yan ni Sir Bernie. Pakinggan po natin ang ZAMCELCO update kasama si Bernie Barliso, ang finance manager ng ZAMCELCO.
ZAMCELCO continue to operate to cater the member consumers in as far as the supply, ensuring the adequacy of supply of electricity. At the same time, we are open for collections, and for those member consumers who would like to pay their bills, ZAMCELCO accepts the payment, and as well as other authorized collection outlet of ZAMCELCO. Just recently, we have received an advisory from the Energy Regulatory Commission, further granting a grace period to our member consumers in their payment of electricity bill. So this is referring to the deferment of electricity bill, particularly for our bill of March and April bill. They can pay this in 4 equal monthly installment payable in 4 succeeding months following the end of the ECQ. We will be issuing an advisory related to this matter to inform our member consumers.
Thank you.
Based on our observation, there are consumers who are sending the SMS inquiry not in compliant with the SMS format. Some member consumers send their account number with the type of consumers included in the account number. At the same time, lacking digits of account number. So those are we find cases that are being discovered in our system. Our system is automatically replying to the SMS inquiry. So those are the things that we see. Akal siguro sa mga consumers na akal ito pwede receive ko na reply because of that situation. But basically, most of our consumers has their replies from our SMS inquiry. SMS inquiry, no? I think they have to check lang el format in how they text na the amon system. Secondly, we are receiving volume SMS inquiry during the time of March and even now. El daton system, one by one sa elitan taman reply na daton SMS. So tiyan na lang po jutay de lag na reply, but eventually tan reply syempre sa amon system na SMS inquiry na daton mga consumers. So I think LDMU lang is mga consumers using AKL SMS inquiry has to check el format dila no na inquiry kay mas si iyo tan text yo no tan reply man siguro for those consumers dyan nga problema na inquiry dila.
Sir,
We're actually working with a different mode of payment no for our member consumers who wishes to pay through GCash or through online banking, but we are still processing that. We are ensuring the procedures and data integration. So as of this point in time, we are still in the process of engaging those type of modes of payment. Though we are overwhelmed with the number of the paying consumers here in our main office as well as in our sub offices. We are intensifying our efforts in ensuring that the social distancing directive is being implemented. So among those is we have contained them in our big gym, wherein we ensure that each and every one of the member consumers are seated not less than 1 meter or 1.5 meter apart to ensure that there is no physical contact from one consumer to another. So those are the activities or the measures that we are implementing here in our main office and as well as in our sub offices. I have already talked with our Palawan. El kwan kasi el importante sir no, el reference number del aton statement of account. Previously we issued a statement of account akal mga account ni arrears hindi taabuy el reference number. But when we updated our handheld akal reading device di amon akal mga subsequent statement of account niya taabuya reference number no that is being used by the Palawan in processing the payment of the consumers. Now si chene to arrears kere to paga konel arrears pati konel current bill akal di amon SMS inquiry si man textual na di amon SMS inquiry man reply kel contigo dali kel contigo el Palawan reference number. So technical reference number dali ko nagkel reply di amon kung nagkel kentan inquire akal pwede kita kal presenta kon el Palawan. So with that receive el Palawan si chene 2 years but el punto alya nisita to paga el di 2 years pati current.
Okay.
We issue the advisory pertaining to the deferment of power bills. I think most of our member consumers, despite our advisory in our Facebook page as well as some of our radio outfits, most are still paying their current bill for the month of March and even for the month of April. But based on that advisory, we are informing the public that they can opt to defer their payment of the power bill. So they need not to pay their bills, but we provide options for those who wanted to pay their bills in full. They can do so in our different collection outlets. Particularly for our bill of March and for our bill of April, this is effectively deferred. In other words, if the member consumers opted not to pay their bills in full, it will be deferred in 4 equal monthly installment. Rather, they can pay it in 4 equal monthly installment. This will start in May bill and the succeeding bills, June, July, August. Yeah, in other words, if they wanted to defer their bills, they can do so. And if they wanted to pay their bills in full, they can do so. This deferment of electricity bill is a mode of providing a grace period to our member consumers, no, particularly those power bills that whose due date is falling, which due date is falling within the ECQ period. Our consideration for that ECQ period is from March 16 to May 15, since we extended our ECQ until May 15. Really, we have noted that the surge in the power bills was due to the increase in the energy consumption of our consumers, particularly our residential member consumers. This is during the time of the ECQ period, no, which started in the middle of March and even up to this point in time. If you recall, we have suspended our meter reading and tendering of bills activity during March due to the threat of COVID. So we want to ensure the safety of our based on the average consumption, no, for the past 3 months. This is consistent with the available method or procedures provided under the DISO rules as promulgated by the ERC. We have noticed that the impact of the ECQ to the energy consumed by our member consumers was not really captured during the March bill. Because sabi ko station, average kita using LDA past 3 months consumption, and that past 3 months, which is referring to February, January, and December, na normal situations hindi sila under na ECQ. When we actually get the kilowatt hour, when we actually read the kilowatt hour meter of our consumers during the April, talya abuya el actual consumption behavior del di aton mga member consumers, particularly the residential consumers. So in that case, a change in the actual energy consumption behavior del aton consumers during the ECQ period, apparent. It became apparent, moreover, el impact del ECQ in the energy consumption del aton consumers made worse because it happened during the summer period when the warm weather conditions demands more power requirement. That is correct, posible or siguro for most of our member consumers, portion of the energy consumed during the March, which was not actually captured because we did not perform an actual reading, was carried forward to April. So por eso, most of our member consumers, yan search got nila electricity bill for the month of April. We would like also to inform the public that ZAMCELCO, as far as our rates is concerned, we did not have an increase in our rate. Comparing the March rate and April rate. In fact, we reduced our residential rate by 15 centavos because of a lower generation cost. At the same time, yung mga charges na diaton unbundled rate, yung man suspend el collection to help the aton mga member consumers, we would like also to inform na hindi kita kere to put more burden na diaton consumers. In fact, we have written our power suppliers asking them to reduce posible sila man reduce capital recovery fee. Also, we have written our power suppliers for a payment extension, which positively they have responded. Si Tamanrico Taminostedes, kita sa Sali Advisory, akal pantawid liwanag program, giving free electricity for akal mga residential member consumers daton eligible kunakal daton programa. And there are some other CSR programs naman implement el ZAMCELCO. We wanted you to know that el ZAMCELCO is supporting our member consumers, and this is to show that we are one with the national government in this situation of health pandemic. I would like to say na el pandemic situation truly yaponika natin na environment na nisita kita mira tiyan kita perspective that can better see and understand el consequences we have never anticipated. And el electric cooperative, el ZAMCELCO, is one of those who are greatly affected by these consequences, and dealing with this is the only alternative that we have. Yan average kita with that kind of method, allowed man sa by the rules del ERC of the several method. That is one of the method, nuele pwede man capture get el actual consumption del aton consumers for the month of March. Could have been yan kita actual reading, ya pwede iralisa ka el actual consumptions del most of our member consumers. So having said that, el effect del energy, more energy and utilize kita or increase the consumption di aton ara, un poco ya karga aki na April, kaya alya kita yan actual reading del FPC. Uno taming galese para debe kita mira, kay siyempre, maski un poco kere kita mampahangin na puwera del casa, pwede kay because of the situation. These are little things na we don't really notice, but a continuous consumption del power di aton alyan at individual houses di aton has really contributed much na higher consumption del di aton electricity. In fact, in our records, we have registered that for this month of April, pati March, kita alto consumption or sales na di aton residential consumers. Opposite ele na commercial di aton kay mostly del daton mga commercial establishments seraule for the middle of month of March towards the end of April.
So relative to that fluctuations, incidents of voltage disturbance this past few days, they were emanated, as we all know that and explained to the public that the fluctuations emanated in different factors, like it could be emanated from the generators, transmission grid, and in our distribution lines. No? Now, relative to that past few days incidents, they were emanated from our distribution lines facilities. There were feeders of ZAMCELCO distribution lines had experienced three-phase fault. So meaning to say, in layman's term, the primary lines of distribution is being shorted due to the branches of maybe branches of trees and so on. Okay, so that is causes that what we commonly known to the MCOs, the voltage fluctuation. Okay, there were also findings that the voltage disturbance occurrence due to the equipment operation from NGCP. It has something to do with the timing of equipment operation. Equipment like the capacitor bank installed in different substation of NGCP, especially during the lean hour or during the off-peak time or period, and the desynchronization of the WMPC plant generators. So that is the reason why this past few days we called up a meeting and convened some of the personnel from NGCP, WMPC, to resolve this issue and come up with, of course, the solutions. So we agreed, and NGCP and WMPC agreed to have some protocols prior to the synchronization of WMPC generator plants and the switching of the NGCP capacitor bank. So as we observe, based on that protocols, this past few days also, we don't have any fluctuation experience, especially during lean hours. Okay, so nonetheless, that is the reason we from the distribution side, from the co-op, we still continue doing the line clearing activities to mitigate the factors coming from the distribution lines. As I've said, the faulted lines that occurs in our system. Now, however, we still have a problem because the grid remains vulnerable at any time. Our MCO may still experience the voltage disturbance. This is because the SBC equipment of NGCP at Naga still need to be repaired. The SBC, or the static bar compensator, as what we know, is the one responsible in regulating the grid voltage and the reactive power support to the grid. So we asked that update from the NGCP as to when they can be repaired, that equipment. So based on the response of the NGCP, the repair of that equipment requires the foreign expert to do the task. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, the expert personnel cannot come. Hence, the scheduled repair of the equipment was put on hold. There were factors that contributed to the voltage fluctuation. So first, number one, due to generation. Second, the transmission lines pertaining to the NGCP grid. And then the third one, the distribution lines, our distribution lines. So from the cooperative. So in our case, from the ZAMCELCO ends, we are still continuing the line clearing activity, as I've said earlier. And just to mitigate the impact on the voltage fluctuations due to the faulted lines. With regards to that power nomination with WMPC, currently our nomination is, the minimum is at 20 megawatt up to 30 megawatt. This is to support and stabilize the voltage level in our system.
kung gusto niyo pong balikan, no, at pakinggan muli ang sinabi ng ZAMCELCO para po sa ating mga tagapakinig, sa ating pong Facebook page 1116 DXAS Your Community Radio, ang maririnig niyo po muli ang itong programa po natin, You Can Control, kung saan niyo po gustong balikan at pakinggan ang sinabi ng ZAMCELCO. Diyan ba sa inyo, Luke, may mga problema kayo o issues with regards to our electric supply?
To us, yun lang naman same lang sa lahat, fluctuation. But recently lang ako pumunta sa ZAMCELCO office para magbayad. And grabe po, napakahaba talaga ng pila. Imagine, nasa court kayo ng basketball court and then nandun pa ako sa taas talaga ng bench, yung mga upuan saan ka nanonood. And then yung sa baba, yung basketball court, puno po yan ng tao na pumupila. Pero praise God naman kasi na-observe talaga yung physical distancing kasi naman may mga military doon na nagbabantay talaga. So siyempre as civilian, you need to really obey and even follow and by God's grace yun ang na-obey talaga yung physical distancing nila. Mahaba lang talaga yung pila pero it takes me like 4 hours na pumila. 3 to 4 hours ang pila ko doon. Pero kaya lang naman. And yung arrears, nasagot naman yung tanong ko, yung arrears ko pala is before pala, yung bayad ko before last month. So far wala namang surcharges. So fair lang naman yung bill ko the way they explain.
Ang sad lang dito, Lu, kasi 'di ba meron silang program for mga nasa 40 kilowatt per hour lang yung mga nilagyan nga nila ng arrears yung March ba na for the month of March. So parang wala din makakapasok dun sa 40 yung ilaw yung program nila para sa mga may monthly consumption of 40 megawatt per hour. So ano man yun, ZAMCELCO, maraming nagrereklamo, Luke, no? Sana naman kasi kapag problema ng ZAMCELCO, hindi nila putulan agad ng kuryente yung mga hindi agad nakabayad ngayon. Kasi you are not helping on what is really at hand kung ganun yung gagawin nila. So, yan po yung ating mga balitang nakala para sa araw na ito. Nararapat lamang po na dalhin natin sa panalangin ang lahat ng ating napag-usapan ngayon. Luke, oras na para sa ating mga kabayang panalangin.
Yes, let's pray. Mahal naming Panginoon, kami po yung nagpapasalamat po sa itong araw na ito na iyong ibinigay sa amin. And Lord, thank you so much, Lord, on how you are in control, on how loving you are. And Lord, sabi mo pa po sa Psalms 23 verse 1 that the Lord, that you are our shepherd, then that we shall not want. And sabi mo pa doon sa Psalms 23, Lord, verse 4, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. So ako po ay nagdarasal, Panginoon, sa bawat taong nakikinig po ngayon. May they become na ikaw ang maging shepherd nila, Lord God. Na hindi sila matatakot kung ano man yung haharapin nila. Na hindi sila matatakot even to the point of death, that they should not fear. Because we have you, Lord God, our life in everything. That you will guide us, that your rod and your staff will comfort us in the midst of trials na meron kami dito sa mundo. At Panginoon, sa mga bawat taong nakikinig po ngayon na hindi ka pa po kakilala, Lord, I am praying that may these people come to know you as their Lord and Savior. That they will realize, Panginoon, na wala na pong ibang way for them to be saved. That is only by believing in your Son. Not their religions, not their good works, but by believing in your Son alone. Lord, ako po ay nagdarasal sa bawat mga nakikinig na Kristiyano po, that they will see Christ not just a person who will make their life better, not just a person who will answer their prayer, not just things na magtutulong sa kanya. But Lord God, but as a person, that these Christians na nakikinig, but as a person, that they will see you as a person to be loved, to be cherished, to be honored, and to be desired. Yes, those things you will give for your glory. Lord, nawa po'y lahat po ng aming gagawin para po sa iyong glory. And Panginoon, ako po'y nagdarasal sa bawat frontliners, leaders, at sa mga volunteers po na meron kami. Lord, may you protect them and may you guide them, Lord God. At sa bawat tao po na nawalan po ng mga minamahal po sa buhay because of COVID-19, grant them comfort every single day and cause them to know you as their Lord and Savior. Panginoon, patuloy niyo po kaming gamitin sa paghayag, sa broadcast on the truths that they need to learn. And Lord, for us,